Donald Trump's tariffs are gone. They have been nullified in their entirety by a federal court. It was the Federal International Trade Court, a unanimous panel of 3 judges, one of whom was appointed by Donald Trump. In a unanimous decision issued Wednesday today, judges halted the president's tariffs with a permanent injunction. They're gone. They're dead. And the after-hours Dow Jones futures market went skyrocketed. This ruling nullifies Trump's 30% tariffs on Chinese goods, 25% tariffs on goods from Canada and Mexico, and the baseline 10% tariffs Donald Trump opposed on pretty much every single other country on April 2nd, Liberation Day. It took less than 2 months. In issuing the tariffs, Trump bypassed Congress by citing the International Emergency Economic Powers Act. Okay, so here's what he did. He did this with immigration. He declared that we were being invaded by the Venezuelan government, who was directing the Venezuelan street gang Tren de Aragua. He declared an emergency so that he could invoke the Alien Enemies Act. That's been shot down by multiple courts. And with his tariffs, he declared an economic emergency under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act and just started doing whatever the fuck he wanted to do. Declare an emergency because under a lot of these statutes, if there is an emergency, the president declares an emergency. If there's a factual basis for that emergency, then those statutes typically will give the president additional emergency powers to do things like mass deportations or global tariffs. Donald Trump has been fixated on tariffs for 40 years. He has constantly been like, the rest of the world is ripping us off. They're ripping off the United States, yada, yada, yada. This court held that he dramatically exceeded the president's authority under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act. And they issued a permanent injunction, a permanent restraining order against Donald Trump issuing tariffs on or instituting tariffs on other countries. His tariffs are dead. They are gone. They no longer exist. And this restraining order is permanent. Now, he can appeal this to the Federal District Appellate Court, and then after that, he can appeal it to the United States Supreme Court. And I'm sure that Sam Alito and Clarence Thomas are rubbing one out right now, salivating at the idea of getting their hands on this case. But importantly, a lot of times when courts at the trial court level issue an order like this, they will stay that ruling pending appeal, meaning this is the order that we've made, but it won't go into effect until the appellate process is exhausted. This goes into effect right now, immediately. Donald Trump's tariffs are dead in the water. They are gone. And the stock market responded very, very favorably to that. So, and now we are where we have been so many other times during the last 4-ish months, and we're waiting to see whether or not Donald Trump is going to obey this court order. He will no doubt appeal it. He will no doubt attack these 3 judges, including the one that he appointed, including the one that Ronald Reagan appointed, and he will call them liberal squishes and, sick his followers on them. But that's where we're at. Donald Trump's tariffs are dead. They're gone. Awesome.